Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on 110 as part of Yuddha Kanda. In the previous chapters, we saw the fierce battle happening between Rama and Ravana. Rama, with his arrows like the serpent, cut off the head of Ravana. But unfortunately, another head of Ravana sprang up immediately. He then went on cutting nearly 100 heads, but the Ravana keep getting a new head, replacing the one that has been fallen. And Rama, even while fighting with Ravana, started worrying about the strength of his arrows, why they are failing in front of Ravana. And at that time, seeing the distress of Raghava, Mathali, his charioteer, addressed him, saying, at that moment, Mathali sought to recall Raghava's thoughts, saying, how is it that you do act in regard to Ravana as if you were unaware of your own powers? In order to bring about his end, discharge the Brahma's weapon upon him. O Lord, foretold by the gods, the hour of his doom is at hand. Prompted by Mathali, Rama took up a flaming shaft that was hissing like a viper formerly bestowed on him by the magnanimous and powerful sage Agasthya, a gift of the grandfather Brahma. That weapon never missed its target, and it had been created of yore by Brahma for Indra and bestowed on the king of the gods for the conquest of the three worlds. In its wings was the wind, in its point the fire and the sun, in its haft place and in size it resembled the mountains Meru and Mandara, with its marvelous point, haft, and gilding. It was composed of the essence of all the elements that was as resplendent as the sun resembling the fire of time enveloped in smoke. It was like unto an enormous snake and was capable of riving men, elephants, horses, gateways, bars, and even rocks. Dreadful to behold, covered with blood from countless victims, coated with their flesh, and of the temper of lightning, it emitted a thunderous sound, the disperser of hosts, it created universal alarm, and hissing like a great serpent, it was exceedingly formidable. In war, it was the provider of nourishment to herons, vultures, cranes, and hordes of jackals. It was a form of death itself, the sower of terror, the delight of the monkeys, the scourge of the titans, and its wings were composed of innumerable brightly colored plumes like unto Garudas. Marvelous and powerful shaft that was to destroy the Titan was the object of terror to the worlds, the remover of the fear of the supporters of the Ikshvakus, the depriver of the glory of the enemy, and it filled Rama with delight, having charged it with the sacred formula. The valiant Rama of indescribable prowess placed that excellent weapon on his bow according to the method prescribed by the Veda, and when he made ready, all beings were seized with terror, and the earth shook. Enraged, he stretched his bow with force, and deploying his whole strength, discharged that weapon, the destroyer of the vital parts on Ravana, and that irresistible shaft, like unto lightning, irrevocable as fate loosed by the arm of one equal to the gods who bears the thunderbolt, struck Ravana's breast. Loosed with exceeding forces, that missile, the supreme destroyer, pierced the breast of the wicked-hearted Titan, and covered with blood that fatal dart, having extinguished his vital breaths, buried itself in the earth. Thereafter, having killed Ravana, that shaft stained with blood which dripped therefrom, its purpose accomplished, returned submissively to the quiver of Rama. And Dashagriva, who had been struck down, suddenly let his bow and arrow fall from his hand, and as he yielded up his breath, bereft of life, that Indra of the Nairatas of redoubtable valor and great renown fell from his chariot as Vritra when struck by Indra's thunderbolt. Seeing him stretched on the ground, the rangers of the night who had escaped the carnage, struck with terror, their sovereign being slain, fled in all directions, and from every side the monkeys who, in the presence of the dead Dashagriva, had assumed a victorious air, hurled themselves upon them armed with trees. Harassed by the monkey divisions, the Titans, terror stricken, took refuge in Lanka and, having lost their lord in despair, gave way to tears. In the ranks of monkeys, however, there arose cries of joy and shouts of triumph, proclaiming Raghava's victory and Ravana's defeat. And the skies re echoed to the music of the drums beaten by the gods. A rain of showers fell from heaven onto the earth, covering Raghava's chariot with a ravishing and marvelous shower of blossom. The cry of well done came from the firmament, and the celestial voices of the magnanimous gods were raised in Rama's praise. On the death of that source of terror to all the worlds, a great joy filled the celestial host, as also the Charanas. The blessed Raghava, by slaying that bull among the Titans, fulfilled the ambitions of Sugriva, Angada, and Vibhishana. Peace reigned over all. Cardinal points were stilled. The air became pure. Earth ceased to tremble. The wind blew gently, and the star of the day regained its full glory. At that instant, Sugriva, Vibhishana, and Angada, the foremost of his friends, and Lakshmana too, approached that happy conqueror and joyfully offered him due homage. Rama, the delight of the house of Raghu, surrounded by his adherents on the battlefield, having slain his adversary by his extraordinary power, resembled Mahendra amid the celestial host. Thus come to the end chapter 110 of Yuddha Kanda, in which finally Rama killed Ravana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.